Well, hello. It is Wednesday, the 1st of November, 2017. This is Wes Fryer on a Google Hangout with some of our organizers for the first G Camp OKC, which we're excited about. And we're going to go ahead and record this because I'm sure Adam Rogers is going to want to watch this in its full entirety tomorrow at work. Now, if any of our organizers have questions, we're just going to give a broad overview of kind of what our plans are and where we're going with this. So just briefly, you can say who you are and what you're up to professionally. Wes Fryer, I'm at the Cassidy School here in Oklahoma City as the technology director, and I should come up with something else that involves, roping cats and lassoing other things. But anyway, lots of hats, and excited to have this opportunity to bring a Google event to our area, because we've had a few, but I think the ones I participated in Kansas and I have participated in some other ones here in Oklahoma and Texas have been really well received. So I'll pass the buck to Doc.
Okay, Robert Moody. I am a professor at Fort Hays State University, but I'm originally from Oklahoma. I grew up in the Middale school system, taught there for a number of years, and then was a principal and a superintendent in small rural school districts before leaving in 2006. I'm the director of open education resources for the Department of Advanced Education Programs in the College of Education at Fort Hays. We lead the state in the use of Google within our programs. In fact, we have several different initiatives going on. And as of last count, we've got a statewide survey going on where we can verify that at least 75% of the school districts in Kansas have gone Google.
Wow.
Primarily for financial reasons, and also the innovative impact and the affordability of the Chromebooks and whatnot. But happy to be a part of this endeavor. I've been kind of chewing on Wes's ear for some time now to get something going in Oklahoma, and happy to be a part of this endeavor.
Awesome. Tracy.
I am Tracy Roberson. I'm a teacher at Tomlinson Middle School in Lawton, Oklahoma. I'm the 7th grade team leader and department chair for social studies. I am totally Google geeked, thanks to Vanessa Perez. She is my Google goddess. She is one that brought the iPad to Lawton and to Tomlinson. So we have been a G Suite school for quite some time. We're a Google Apps for Education school. I am the one that pushes the technology on everyone, next to Chris Bird and Delia Gilbert, and to being my presenter this first time.
Awesome. Well, we're so excited to have you coming in a group from Lawton, and we have 111. There were 10 teachers from up in the Panhandle actually that had something happen that just canceled today. But we've got about 25 slots that we can have open. We are going to have hopefully the best lunch you've ever had at a conference, because the Oklahoma Port Council actually parks their smoker at our school when it's not at the state fair, and so we will have smoked ribs and smoked chicken, which, if they're anything like we've had them before, are just going to be amazing. So if nothing else, you're going to hopefully have an amazing food experience. But we now have 23 presenters that are coming from across Oklahoma and Kansas. And I'm just really excited about the knowledge that'll be in the room. And we'll talk about the schedule as far as just kind of an overview. So for those who are organizers, you should have access to our Google Team Drive. And we've just recently updated at school to be using a team drive, which is, kind of a way of facilitating collaboration similar to what we've done before, except everybody kind of has more access, and it makes it a little easier to find that drive link instead of searching for the name of it. And so probably the first thing to let everybody know is that if you have not signed up for one of our time slots, we've got a colored table there at the top of that document, and you can go ahead and put your name there. We've got about 12 people who have volunteered to work on our organizer team, and we'll invite others to assist as well. But basically, we're just going to be doing some setup on Friday, and then Saturday we're going to ask people to come at 7:15 to get ready and be able to hopefully launch first sessions at 8 o'clock. And so that is kind of the most important thing that we need volunteers to be willing to sign up for. As you scroll down that document, which is the volunteer duties sign up, we've got some different tasks that are kind of outlined as far as setting stuff up. But we are pretty excited about our digital signage. We've got a Google-powered digital signage on Chromebits. And so one of the things, and I don't think it's on this document, there's another volunteer document. In fact, I went ahead and put these in a folder. So when you look at the team drive, there's a folder called Organizer Info. And so there's volunteer duty sign up, and then there's organizers, please read this first. And at the bottom of that document, today we kind of brainstormed out what we are going to put on signage and that kind of thing. So if you've got other ideas for things that need to go on there, for instance, Doc, like you were talking about for the upcoming Kansas events, we can put those on. So on the website, if you go to gcampokc.org, one of the updates this week, and I'm going to send a blast out tomorrow morning to a separate one for presenters and then one that's for everybody. When you click on Session Grid, we have all of the sessions now linked to their descriptions for people to be able to think about what they want to do, and then you can go down and there's a slideshow that has all of those. I used, what's the tool, Autocrat. It's like a mail merge for Google. So Autocrat took the presentation information, put it into the slides. I just had to copy everybody's Twitter photo or picture on there, and then do a little bit of formatting, and then save these in Mac from PDF to images, and then threw those into Google Photos and just linked them on the slideshow. So, on the spreadsheet. So if anybody has suggestions or anything like that as far as moving around, we certainly can make adjustments. But at this point, we've got 8 different rooms, which all have HDMI connections in them. And on the volunteer sign up, you'll see our plan is basically we're all going to be on the same floor, and our cafeteria is right across, 40 yards, 30 yards or something like that, just across. So everything is pretty close. And so our plan is to have folks stay at registration through the first session. And then after that, we'll always have somebody that's at just the front office help desk in case, we have an issue. And we're going to put some video adapters for, DisplayPort, Mac. It'll work on a Surface Book. So we've got HDMI in everybody's rooms with speakers, and hopefully our tech will be fine. And we'll do a special SSID public for everybody. We've got Apple TVs in some of the rooms. It'll probably be easier for people to just plug into HDMI, but we can help people with the Apple TV if they need to. But that's kind of our plan in terms of having people available, during sessions and stuff like that. Doc, let me ask you: do you guys, when you've done these events, you tend to have several people kind of roaming the halls, or is that not much of a big deal as the events get kicked off? What have you guys done for other events?
Well, we've always had students kind of just in place, introducing the presenters. And then if we had students in the hallway, if a room only had just a few people in it and another room was like exploding, they would chase down chairs. They would also say, we got this room down here that, could use some more participation.
Right.
That way all the presenters feel like they've got a fair piece of the population.
That's a really good idea about pre-locating chairs, because we've talked about that. I think we have a room we'll set up as a lounge just for people who want to hang out, where we've got some snacks and water. But in terms of the logistics of setting up and shutting down, it'd be easier if people don't move desks and chairs out of existing rooms. We have to move them back in and figure that out. I think on Friday we are going to take a picture of each room, because it'll just be courteous as far as rooms. If stuff gets moved around, that's not a big deal. But if things are out or whatever, that we don't want our teachers to be upset about that. Right. But we have a bunch of extra chairs in this front room. There's a community room. And so we might just go ahead and move those out into what are the pod areas. And then if people need chairs, they could put those in. So that's a good suggestion. I had also thought about, working with our service learning group or whatever, and student volunteers. And anyway, we just didn't get that one done for this one, but that might be something that we could do next time. That would be.
Do you have a floor plan or some kind of blueprint where you can go off where all the rooms are at?
Yes, that's a great idea. I can put that. I'm going to update the map on our website, the gcampokc.org. I've got a link now that says maps, and it shows our campus as far as where you enter and drive. We're actually having our musical this weekend, and so we're not going to use our theater. We're just going to do everything within our middle school and then our cafeteria, which are just right next to each other. So I will update that, and then I'll also put in the level 1 floor plan with the labeled rooms and stuff. So it's pretty easy. Everything's labeled just like room 101 to 112, and they're in 2 pods, and everything's in that one hallway. So logistically, I think it'll. And then we've got some permanent signage that's in there, but then we're going to have 2 65-inch TVs, 1 in each pod, where we have the signage as well. So I don't think people are going to get lost, but in terms of the rooms, and because if everybody came and everyone evenly divided, it's like 16 people per room. Well, we know that's not going to happen. So I think that we'll do that with chairs as far as like pre-positioning some outside that people can move in and out.
You might also highlight on your map where the restrooms are at.
Yes, we will do that, and that's one of the things we have for signage. So we've got one right by the entrance, and then there's hallway. There's some where lockers are, and they're there. So yes, in fact, we could look at that, because at the bottom of the organizers, please read this first document. We put in the signage. And so one of the things the signage system lets us do is schedule how things change and have a Google slideshow, and then Twitter and whatever. So we said, the link to our session grid and having a QR code for that. I mean, we can, and I think we may just use the Google URL shortener. Is there anything else you guys like to use for a shortened URL?
Oh no, I love the goo.gl. It's so easy to remember.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a Google one. So
yeah,
we'll do that. We'll have that one. And we'll actually put that with paper, out as well. The encouraging people to tweet with the hashtag G Camp OKC, visiting the lounge. Someone suggested a response board, and so that we actually have a big piece of paper with sticky notes for people to write up responses, and then we also might create a Padlet for people to share a response. I don't know. Have you guys done anything like that in terms of having a physical response board and a digital one? Is that something worth doing? Or
we've only done it when we've had like roundtable sessions for open topic or hot topics.
Right.
People would look at the list of what's being presented, and if there was something that was missed, we had that opportunity, and we would do our hot topics at lunch. But I don't know that you have it built up that way, but that's how we've used the boards with the Post-it notes.
Yeah, I thought about, and if we wanted to do a hot topics or something that was kind of an unconference, we could actually do that in session 6, and then, we could do some shifting of sessions. I don't know, maybe it's kind of late in the game to do that, but Tracy, have you been to some Google events here in Oklahoma or Texas, or what's been your Google conference experience?
I did. I've done a few Google events in Oklahoma City, and we hosted one here in Ed Camp, a small one in Lawton, and we did use the Post-it notes, and that worked out really well. We got some good response and feedback from people, and I attended one where they actually used Padlet and a couple of other different ones that we could respond to immediately, and that's helpful.
Right.
Right away.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we'll put it out there and see, and it may be a way for people to connect as well, via Twitter, as far as putting up their handles. And I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how we'll use that, but having a physical board as well as a virtual one. Yeah. And then, have you all played with Flipgrid or used Flipgrid much?
I'm just learning Flipgrid, so that's new for me, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, me too. I've signed up for a class I've only done a little bit with Tony Vincent with Google Drawing, but we can create it and then let people submit their videos, and it gives you a nice wall of videos. And I think you only get 60 seconds. I don't think you get even longer than that. Yeah. So it's a way to quickly solicit responses to a question. And our thought with that was to use Flipgrid for end of day evaluation. Let people share something they learned, something they'd suggest we did different, something they liked or they would change, but basically have that as the reflection. That reminds me, I also need to put this on the to-do list. I've done before certificates as Google Forms that email the PDF to people. And so I will set that up because if people want to get their certificate for credit, that way they can fill that out and submit that. So that's something we hadn't thought of before. Somebody's going to get some cartoons. We're going to put in some tech cartoons. And then we can talk a little bit about the lunchtime. So we have 3 sessions, and then we had thought about originally having a keynote, and then some things didn't work out. And then we also said, hey, we have so many people who will be here. We've done app smackdowns, and people call those different things at ed camps, but having a little quick share where somebody, shares a link, shares a website, shares a tool or a success story. So we've got about 10 people now that have put something into that slideshow. And we're thinking that we'll also open that up for people who would want to share, kind of like open mic, if in addition to those 10, if other people want to. So we'll put that into the signage. And so the thought is we'll have people come over there at 11. It is in our cafeteria. It's not as ideal as the auditorium would be, but we don't have to go that far. And I don't know have y'all seen a weather forecast for Saturday actually?
It's supposed to be pretty nice.
Okay. Yeah. It was like 74 today. So yeah, 79.
And Wes, I went to Round Rock, Texas. And their campus was huge, and they didn't do a keynote. They did everything out of their cafeteria, but it sort of made it be really kind of cool because it was a very informal learning space, and that's why when we were doing the Google Summits, we stopped bringing in keynotes, because we liked the format of what Round Rock, Texas was doing. Okay. It allowed for more presentations, more of the individual things where the teachers could pick and choose during that particular time slot. And they did the demo slam. They did one at the beginning, kind of the middle, and at the end.
Yeah, demo slam. That's what people have called those. Yeah.
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 Okay. Well, so that'll be good to see how that works as far as the timing. We thought we didn't want to do that right away because people are going to trickle in, and not everyone's going to probably be there, right at 8 as far as starting. And also we'll lose some people, during the day. So we were thinking, and lunch is going to be really good, and people have paid for lunch, so that's why we kind of thought, we'll do that right before lunch, and then hopefully have everybody there for that, and we can kind of see how that goes. But we'll do a sign up so that if people want to, participate and they didn't do something in advance, they still can. And then I think, and then we should have a good hour for people to be able to network and visit and, eat, and hopefully that'll be good and relaxed and give people some good time. So, is there anything else that you guys can think of in terms of logistics? Or the map one was a good one. I'll add the building map. In fact, as far as maybe we could go over this for the email, which I think I'm going to send out in the morning for presenters, key items to include in that for participants. Obviously the map and parking, the tweet up, because we've got a garage, which I don't know, has a garage gotten up to Kansas, to Wichita? Doc, have you seen that before? I think
the restaurant?
Yeah. Do you guys have those?
No, but I'm familiar with them in Oklahoma.
Yeah. It's good. So anyway, for anybody who wants to join from 7 to 9, and to let them know about that. So So I'm going to call that Google Glimpse / Demo Slam. So we're going to call that both things because people are more familiar with the Demo Slam idea. What else do people need to know about in advance besides map and parking, the tweet up, the Google Glimpse Demo Slam sign up?
You've been bragging about this lunch. You might want to, tell them what's going to happen for lunch.
Right. Nope. That's a very good idea. Remote lunch.
I want to encourage them to eat.
Yeah. And then 25 more slots. So we went ahead and said 140 as far as the food, because it won't be a problem if we have extra. And I figured we would probably get a, maybe, I don't know. We'll just have to see. I kind of hope we'd fill up, but it's the first time and we didn't get going, super early as far as our marketing of all this. And I really think we've marketed mostly with social media. There hasn't been a really big push with, traditional mail outs and even like using our administrator organization, and we spent no money.
Well, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah,
you should keep it. Everybody uses social media, so
right.
Use those tools that are freely available.
Right. There is a group. Do you know? He's in Sand Springs. Sean Beard.
Sean.
Yeah, because he's really worked to get together the Google Educator group for Oklahoma. Next Saturday on the 11th, they're having a half day at Sand Springs up by Tulsa, and so anyway, that they're letting people know about other kinds of events that are coming up. Will be something else that we can mention. But anything else you can think of, though, as far as out of town or anything else we should include for participants?
No, not really. It sounds really like it's covered.
Okay. Well, we've done ed camps. We've done five ed camps the last 5 years, and this is a little different since we've solicited the proposals from people, but we're not being super fancy with. Do you have any other suggestions? We can spend some money for some other giveaways. Is there something else as far as like gift cards, or everybody likes gift cards? That's what we found with Ed Camp. Like if you give people an Amazon gift card or a Walmart gift card, that's more exciting than a free license to X and whatever, right, fill in the blank video site or something.
Yeah, that is so true. I don't know any teachers that don't love a gift card.
Okay. So
you mentioned iTunes, but I would also say, the Google cards, and maybe even a gas card. Like I think Skelly has a gas card.
We could do it like a best. We could do a gas card. We could do a Best Buy card.
Mm-hmm.
We could do an Amazon card.
Yeah, we tend to shy away from the food cards, especially Kansas, because, if we were to give away a Buffalo Wild Wings card and the person is from Northwest Kansas, they'd have to drive to Denver to be able to use it.
Sure. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, we'll do well. So would Amazon maybe then be better than Best Buy for that reason? Because everyone can order off Amazon?
Amazon would be a great card.
Okay. All right. Well, gas cards and Amazon cards, and we'll do that. In fact, and we'll let people know that we're going to do some giveaways in the at the beginning of that session as well of our 11 o'clock gathering. That sounds good.
And Wes, Susie's not coming, but she and I would like to give away 2 professional development days where she and I would go anywhere in Oklahoma to 2 lucky winners.
Awesome. Could you make up a little certificate or something like that we could hand out for that?
I will do that tomorrow morning.
That would be great. So yeah, we'll plan to do that. And I guess, that's probably fine. And we'll have a handful of, $20 gift cards to give away, and that'll be
And
great.
I may also have some of the virtual reality headsets.
Google the VR headsets. Wow.
Yeah, VR headsets.
Okay, cool. I have a whole bunch of
participant.
Well, everybody will be eligible. Okay, but I'm glad you said that, because that means we need to have everyone at registration. This is what we've done for Ed Camp. You just write your name on a 3x5 card and throw it in, even though there's technology ways to do that. And we've done it that way too. It actually works pretty fine to just have a card that you draw out of the hat. So I will add that to our registration responsibilities. And what we need to do. And so we'll have bowl with 3x5 cards, and then we'll have people sign up. And then because everyone will be eligible. Yeah, presenter or organizer, nobody's, I think, we are going to be paying out-of-town folks that have asked, a little stipend to help offset their hotel and whatever, but we're not paying professionals to put all this on, so we'll let everybody be eligible to win. That's a great suggestion. All right, is there anything else how about this? For organizers, we were thinking about giving Hawaiian leis for everybody who's an organizer, just to wear, so that people know that's somebody they could ask a question to.
I think it's a good way to make sure people know who to ask, who they can go to ask a question. I would wear one.
Okay. we didn't get t-shirts in advance, so all right, anything else that you all can think of in terms of a logistical preparation or something for email? We talked about a presenter lounge, but I thought it might just be better to have one lounge, for people to all mix together.
Yeah,
sure.
Okay. All right. Well, any other questions you all can think of?
Okay, so I signed up to come help Friday. I'm going to be pretty busy on Saturday.
Yeah.
So where do I go to help on Friday?
If you'll just, I'm going to update the map just to take off the auditorium, but it's where we say sessions on that map on the G Camp OKC. That's it. So there's a circular drive right there, and so you can actually just park. I'm going to take off the parking that's on the front of the campus, because we're going to be able to get everybody to park in the back closest to the building. So you can just park back there and then just walk over to the circle. You'll see there's a flag that's right in front of the building, and that the flag is in between the cafeteria and the middle school, the middle division.
I won't have to go through any kind of gate with security or
no, we're addressing that, but our gate, we do have a gate that closes and locks that's on the other side of campus. But our gate, while we can close it, we don't have a gate guard, and the gate doesn't open and close. So open campus, you can just come right in. And our signage on Saturday morning should say "Welcome G Camp OKC participants." So, all right, and on the organizer, there's a document in there that does have organizer information. My cell phone is in there. If you all want to drop your information in there, you feel welcome to do that, and let me know. But I'll be over there, like 4:30, getting things set up, and it really shouldn't be too strenuous as far as what we're having to get together. And if that doesn't work out with your travel drive down or whatever, don't worry, Doc. But if you can, then that'll be great.
Perfect.
Okay, well, thank you all so much. And for anybody else who might watch this recording to the bitter end, we should have a special prize for you. But no, just let us know if you have any questions, and we're looking forward to an exciting event.
See you on Saturday.